TRMC 2010 is where everything began.
TRMC 2011 was a continuation of a legacy which we created that we had to elevate year after year.
TRMC 2012 was really about finding your inner drive, your identity, and leveraging that to creating something awesome.
TRMC 2013 was the year we were able to allow students to step outside their comfort zone.
TRMC 2014 helped delegates and Ryerson at large make our mark.
TRMC 2015 was the game-changing conference.
TRMC 16 was incredible.
First year was actually called the Ted Rogers Memorial Conference. So our theme was take risks, embrace innovation, and defy the status quo, which actually spells TED because we were really excited to really make sure we got that message across. And it really was just about that. How do we do things that are extraordinary and push boundaries just like TED was known for doing.
We wanted to give the students an environment to explore the work style of the late Ted Rogers. So we came up with the theme, Dare To. Whether it was daring to pursue your dreams, daring to think outside the box, or go after uncertainty. We left that for the students to decide.
So TRMC 2012 was really about finding one's identity. And this sort of went through our theme as well, which was what's your ID? And the ID really stood for inner drive. And that vision was created through a lot of brainstorming with the team and understanding that, while we're in university or while we're growing through our careers, we really need to have a passion for what we want to do. And the whole concept of the conference in 2012 was to be able to listen to speakers and network with individuals throughout the country who would really allow us to sort of foster that innovation and sort of understand where we want to go and sort of push that creative drive.
The focus of the conference went with the theme, A Difference a Decade Can Make. What we really wanted students to learn is being able to equip them with the necessary tools to succeed. If you look back 10 years ago, we did not have Facebook, smartphones, iPods, and now they're so ingrained into our everyday life. So what we really wanted students to do is be able to look forward 10 years from now and make sure that they have the necessary tools to succeed in the ever-changing world.
Legacy specifically was really important to me because of the history aspect and the fact that when you're talking about very successful individuals and history, it's really about how they want to be remembered. And if you learn about how people want to be remembered, you learn a lot about who they are. And I thought that that's a very interesting concept for all stakeholders of TRMC, especially the delegates. Because if you learn about who people are, you really understand at a very fundamental level of how they come to be. And I thought that's both inspiring and educational for everybody involved.
Create was born with disruption in mind. We wanted to emulate what one of the greatest people that left this school, Sheldon Levy, was really about. What he did over the last 10 years, which was connect, disrupt, and leave his impact. We wanted to show different stakeholders that we were aligned with Ryerson's brand at the core. We wanted to show different industry leaders that are different students from different disciplines. They were innovators at heart. But most importantly as well, we wanted to show different schools that Ryerson is not just another university, that TRMC is truly the best conference out there.
So this year, my vision before I hired the team, of course, was to kind of give our delegates something that they can take away and call real experience, whether it's through the workshops or the case competition, that they can perhaps put on the resume, talk about in an interview. And I think we really hit the nail on the head with both the theme and the case competition. The theme being launch. We wanted to take what we could give the delegates at the conference, give it to them so that they can launch themselves further into their career, undergraduate or professional. And then the case competition, we ended up partnering with the City of Toronto and Norm Kelly to give them a city building and professional proposal type of case. We gave them actual information regarding infrastructure spending, tax revenue information, etc. And they took it, they ran with it, created some great ideas.
I think I had a really great lesson in leadership that maybe didn't even come clear to me until after it was all over and the dust settled. And I would tell people all the time that my job was to keep my team laughing and smiling, and as long as I did that, they would do a great job. And I trusted them, they had great ideas, most of them better than mine. It was really just my job to step in and remove roadblocks for them. And I think that's something that I actually is still a big part of my philosophy today as a leader and in the team that I currently manage. It's all about letting them be empowered to have an opinion, make decisions, and keeping them in good spirits and on the vision when things are tough, and then getting things out of their way as much as possible.
I'm sure both past and current committee members would agree that planning this conference was one of the most stressful times of your student career. Not only are you planning the biggest event in TRSM, you're taking a full course load, you're working part-time, working as an intern, perhaps in your final year, you're doing it all. But you learn to time manage, you learn to trust and empower each other in seeing it all through. And more importantly, you build memories and lasting friendships, which made it one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. TRMC is evolving. It's so great to see what each committee does year after year, what new ideas they bring to the table. It's now grown beyond just the Ted Rogers School of Management to include students from other faculties, which is true to the real world we work in.
Ted Rogers Management Conference 2012 was really a time where I learned a lot in a very short amount of time. And I realized that if you need to make something possible, it's not upon the outside environment that is going to push you to make that happen. It has to come from the team that is putting it together and having the ability and the inspiration to really making it happen. Nothing is unachievable, and that's what TRMC 2012 taught me.
The most valuable lesson that I learned from TRMC 13 was learning to deal with people and their different personalities. I think that everyone on my team had a very, very strong personality, and being able to lead them to work together was very rewarding. On top of that, I think another big thing would be time management. Everyone had so much going on in their different portfolios with their personal life, work, extracurriculars, and being able to juggle all of that kept me very organized and increased my time management skills.
The most difficult challenge I faced being chair of TRMC was also one of our greatest strengths, and it was that our entire executive team and the members of their committees were all very passionate and engaged individuals. And that was really fortunate to us because it means that everybody's working hard and everybody really genuinely wants the best for their conference. With that said, you have a lot of people who have their own visions and their own goals, and trying to balance everybody's individual visions and bring it together into a collective direction was, I would say, the biggest challenge.
The most difficult point for me during the year was getting over the hardships that surrounded the new concepts of the conference. So getting multiple people in the Ryerson community to buy into the new ideas, getting industry to believe into our theme, but most importantly as well, getting potential delegates to apply and come to the conference so that way we can have the best delegates there. I overcame that using my executive team. I really learned into trusting them and actually letting them manage their own portfolios instead of me managing them. This resulted into me, by virtue, also trusting their respective committees. This helped me when I got to go into meetings. It was major key for me to meet potential industry and be confident when I'm speaking to them.
The most difficult time for me in regards to TRMC is definitely application time when they're open. We open them November 1st and close them November 30th. And for the whole month up to the 29th, there was very slow growth in applications. And we learned that people applying to conferences or student group events, etc., always leave it to the last minute. So on the 30th of November, we had exponential growth in applications, and we ended up having more than we could ever imagine, which was great. But from the 1st to the 29th, it was basically just marketing, getting out there, talking to people, spilling it on social media, etc. And we kind of just had to keep our cool and wait to make the decision to extend or not to extend on the last day.